Dmvdrakes here, and we got Blue Joe now. Jamming Blue Joe. There's no longer Red Joe. We got his Armor Rush deck. It's going to be a beautiful thing to behold. Let's get it.
Alright, if you don't want to play Magnamon, there is something else you can do. But we still start with Dmvdrakes. Because this Dmvdrakes amazing. All the armors are 2 colors, so you just, all turns are bigger. Yay. And then because you'll see reasons why later, I need this Dmvdrakes. I need all of my eggs to be Dmvdrakes for reasons, as you all know. So those are your eggs, because you just want the DP in this deck. And then we play 4 of the BT-17 Vmon.
And there's the reason.
And that is the exact reason why you need them all to be Dmvdrakes, because this can't go over your blue eggs. This card is crazy, just the ability to make other of your Evos cheaper, and the 2K Inherit is just kind of built for the armor side of decks. And you're being 2 colors, so you already get the Dmvdrakes boost on the Vmon, so that Vmon is 3K. 4 of grabbing a Davis and a free, so just, you know, your searcher. Every Vmon deck searcher. 2 cards is too good to pick up. 3 of this one. This one I could maybe change for something, because I also love the ability to go really cheap as crud in this deck. This is also good for the draw, because everything's going to be 2 color that you're going into. And then lastly, the literal best Vmon of all time. You can't stop him. He's Dmvdrakes.
You have to deal with it if it survives.
Yeah, like
It'll
he
just
is
keep
here
poking you.
because he's the best, and we're punching Numamon because that's what you're supposed to do. Next we have... Actually, I gotta save you for last.
Fun fact about this jamming Vmon, folks. Did you know Satcon used to play this, drop it, and go like this all day? It was great.
We're playing 4 of the original Flamedra. They just swing, get 3K, so you can just now swing this for 2 checks usually if you use one of your options at 11K. Purge. Maybe do some more shenanigans, do it again, so you get him to big body. Then we go into my new favorite card, the reason I built this whole deck, Promo Flamedramon. This card is amazing.
It's $150 right there.
Raid and Armor Purge. So you can raid, and when you do raid, or if they try to block it, so whenever this Flamedramon's attack is changed, you get to force them to pick up a security, so you just make them and add the security to your hand, possibly get something off board, because you can be 8K, so you can clear any searchers they've done, and you're doing this all for maybe 1 or no memory, because it only costs 2 to go into a Flamedramon. So that's fun. And then the second best card in the deck, the second best card in every Vmon deck right now is the Starter Magna. If I have to explain this card, you're going to have a rough day, because this card is just good.
It's very good.
This card is really good. The Digivolve out of security, then possibly coming onto a Magna or a Vmon out of security to then trash 1, because whenever you Digivolve onto it, you can trash 1 for each color that the Digimon is. So you can trash 1, 2, 3, depending on what the color of the Digimon is. Yeah. And then you can bounce something with no sources. So this just out of security or just in general is really good. This is the best Vmon evolution in the game right now. Alright, so that's your champions. So we only have a couple ultimates because you're really just trying to rush everyone down. As you'll see, we're running 2 Shaku and 2 Zudo Ace. And this is after literal testing today. I needed this. There were games I would have won if I could have just stripped on one of their earlier swings and bounced stuff. Because after this, you can really clear some boards. I am switching between this and this at 4. I do like just having straight recovery in this deck, and you'll also see why when we get to the Megas, because this works with your Mega. I'm running, you would think Magnamons, but I'm running just straight Vikemons. You just pick them up because they're free, and it's more D-Digivolve. And so a lot of the D-Digivolve and soft stun can actually force your opponents to have to think. And hard playing him to Digivolve Aces makes him usually almost free.
Yeah, right.
So he's kind of just your option in the deck, not even really necessarily being a 6. But yeah, that just works. And then a one fun of Death X, because you can go into it, and a lot of boards have a lot of Tamers and stuff right now. So Death X is going to be viable right now, guys. For Tamers, we got 3 of the Promo Davis, because this will win you games too if they hit it out of security, and just then you play a Vmon, get to either search or do whatever you need to do. So playing the hardest working Tamer in the game still.
Yeah.
Even for any deck. We only really use it for the memory and the search. We can only pick up blue cards in this, but that's fine. And then 2 of the BT-8, Davis and Ken, so that we can unsuspend and also just gain the 1 memory from having blue. But the unsuspend, you can actually just do some nonsense turns pretty cheap if you get this out early, and then you'll see otherwise. Well, we can do some more nonsense. Our options is, this is the most un-Joe option package you've probably ever seen in your life, but we're running 2 Hammer Spark.
Hammer Sparks.
OG Hammer Spark at that.
That's a blue option.
And then 2 Hammer Spark, because memory is memory out of security. It's still busted.
White options. What?
3 armor texture. This is how you really win in this deck. You really just try to armor texture and go for game. Just go into either promo Flamedra or either of the Flamedras, because yeah, it's good. Ice Wall, because it's effing Ice Wall / hybrid format again. So you gotta Ice Wall them.
Gotta slow 'em down, yeah,
you
slow 'em
gotta
down.
Ice Wall them. 2 Fire Rocket, because I'm an armor deck. I'm an armor deck. And then Crimson Blaze, because I have enough red to just run it freely, and that's another way you can stall decks out that play anything. So it's fun. You kind of rush them down. It's kind of a think deck, but not, because you actually got to know what you're playing into. But you're able to steal games before people even realize it, because they're staring down at 2 security on turn 3, and you're going, "This is cool."
This is cool.
And you also aren't worried about like going high. You really just need to see a couple of your rookies and champions, and the whole deck does kind of what
Just
you
flow
need it to
together,
do.
right?
So, yeah.
All right, Red Joe, I just got one question for
Actually,
you,
well,
man. Oh, yeah? Which one you
Gotta
gonna
put
put
the
up?
boil up top.
Flame?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got one question for you, man.
Yeah.
So when you're fighting a deck that removes your VMons, what usually do you decide to do in that situation? Like if you have no
so
VMons.
like today versus Imperial and Aces, you kind of get stuck, or their Digivolve is obviously still Armor's like literal #1 matchup. There's just like, you could try to say it's any DP minus or Digivolve. I'd rather you DP minus something, because not everything is ruin mode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So Digivolve is really hard. There's not really anything you can do. If that's kind of the matchup you run into, I think you could try to rush them down, but like Machinedramon, I got down to 0, but I can't do anything about redirects. They have enough redirects, and you'll never be bigger than the 17 things they have to keep themselves alive. So the Digivolve is tough. I think you can just beat him if you can outpace him. This deck is really just outpacing. If you can just try to get enough and not end up wasting your VMons. So the few games I end up losing from rushing down too quick is I end up just never drawing back into VMons.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
draw
fair.
3 Flamedramons in a row, and I'm sitting there going, ha ha. I had 6 memory today off the Davis and Kens they hit, and I still just only had a Flamedramon to hard play. So there's times where you got to accept what the game state is, but it's also, I think you'll just throw people off. Our whole locals was thinking I was playing Magna X today. They all switched decks because they saw me do like 2 moves and thought I was playing Magna X. And then they were like, oh.
Oh, well. My other deck would have been way better in this matchup.
So the Dex Doragora is a hard matchup too, but just watch the trash if you're playing Dex Doragora. Because you can out-tempo it. All these decks need Tamers. Like, hybrid decks need Tamers. You don't need any of that, technically, for this deck to really be cheap. Most of your Evos are 2.
Honestly,
So you're
though.
just going in swinging. But yeah, other than that, you got to just try and rush them down. And that's kind of the mindset. Don't overthink it.
Right,
The
of course.
Shakus are there just for recovery and draw, and you can go into your Zudo or the Vike Aces. The Vike Ace is really good.
Yeah, it's a
That will
blanket
throw
effect
people
too.
off too because they're expecting Magna X and you just de-digivolve them and they're like, oh, that's not what I thought was going to happen here. So it's fun. It's really fun. It's a different kind of mindset than what all the Magna stuff is right now. So it's just a lot more fun and fast tempoed.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will have more deck profiles, gameplay videos, and podcasts to come. Peace.